Cycle nutrients. Why is that a good idea? It's a cycle. I mean, modern society, how do we treat nutrients and materials? It's waste. So it's kind of like that classic example that, of a way. A way's like this never land. It goes in and it falls out the back. So what we need to do is we need to close all the nutrient loops that we can, so that if we introduce a nutrient that we've at great expense brought onto the property, that it's actually cycling. So food, of course, is one. Water would be another, because remember, we're talking about resources. So we want to trap, capture, slow down, make sure that we retain it. So what would be some strategies off the tops of your heads about recycling nutrients? Composting. I was just about to run around and grab the compost bucket, because that's the obvious one. So what we're doing there is, instead of it going away and then getting put into landfill, the food that we've eaten and the waste, it comes back into the system. Human manure? Exactly. So what's the interesting thing about that cycle there? Because we're actually really tightening up a loop there. So if what we eat, the food we eat from soil that we may have corrected for nutrient imbalance, passes into us and then gets composted, and then the compost is applied to the soil, then in the reasonable long term, we've actually corrected a nutrient imbalance in that system, because we're holding on tightly.
Water catchment.
So water catchment. The water will always flow down a slope, so the water comes on the property. We want to make sure we capture as much as possible of that water and slow it out, soak it into the soil. What if we had a slope like this and we had a tree here, or some trees that were known for big taproots, and we had, this is the entire site here, it might have a house, and there's various animals on the landscape. So there's all these elements in the landscape. There's the vegetable garden might be in here somewhere. So what's happening with, how are the nutrients going to get down the hill? Gravity, wind. So gravity would mean that just the actual materials themselves tumbling down, but also gravity in the form of dissolved nutrient in water. So what's this tree going to do if we've got nutrient coming down by water? It's going to trap it. And we're going to try and trap as much as we possibly can. And then we're going to try and do what with it?
Get it back on the property.
Get it back on the property. Now we can do that in a number of ways. So if this is a fruit tree, well, then we probably leave the tree in place and we just harvest the fruits. And we've taken some of the concentrated nutrients back up the hill in the forms of the products we get off the tree. It might be that this is a fodder tree, and so we can chop limbs off the tree at regular intervals and actually feed them to the animals. And of course the animals move all around the landscape and poop all over the landscape. So we don't even have to carry the nutrients back up the hill. We could drop them here in the bottom of the paddock, the animals eat the paddock. You could have their pens or whatever up the top, and so you've got somebody actually carrying the nutrients up. So this is design principles, and what we're doing is trying to work out ways to do it, methods or paths. So what would you say if we had chickens in a coop? Chicken house that looks very much like the other house. How could you use gravity in a system like that with chickens?
Could put the garden below the chickens.
So by below, you just mean below on the slope?
Yeah.
Yep. And if the garden beds are on contour, conceptually, if the garden bed's below, our nutrients are going to leach down through and be taken up by that. What about if we were, say, some sort of composting system?
You could stack the chickens on top of a worm composting system.
Yep. So there's that system where you've actually got worms and a deep litter bed. Of course, the beautiful thing there is when you're wanting to transport the nutrient-rich material, is gravity working for or against you? So it's working for you. I've seen systems whereby there's a series of pens stepping down the hill, and in those pens is the compost material. And what happens is you throw material under the pen, and then you actually let the chickens have access to the pen. They poop on it, move around, and of course they're moving on it, and their action, it all ends up built up here. And then it'll compost down further, and all you have to do is open the doors of that pen, and you might rake it into another pen for further processing, or then pick it up. So we're cycling nutrients, and we're using forces with us rather than against us. Would you have a system set up whereby your grey water is dropping below your gardens and then you're having to pump them up? Or would you suggest that maybe wherever we can get gravity to run grey water to might be a good place to put fruit trees, things like that?